complete guide to the Reckoning Easter egg and Black Ops 6 zombies. As soon as you spawn in, melee this bucket till it's under the sprinkler, walk through the metal detectors to activate the sprinkler and see if the water is filled up in the bucket. Then on the way to Pack-a-Punch, open up this box to take this syringe in mutant research. During this, if you get a Klaus round, be sure to pick up the arm that drops. Once you've activated Pack-a-Punch, jump into this laser and move towards knocking this body onto the ground, and if done correctly, you'll be able to interact with it, picking up a blood sample. Back to this machine and mutant research lab to spawn in a HVT mangler that you want to take out and then pick up the mutant injection that it drops. Whilst in here, make sure to take out the geneticist zombie and pick up the keycard that it drops, and open this box in the mutant test area to pick up a DNA vial. To Tower 2 Dark Entity Containment and use the mutant injection in front of this face scanner by interacting with it whilst in the mangler suit to open up a new secret room. Once inside here, interact with this desk and look at this note where you want to note the number next to the item, where in my case I have the number 5 and goggles, and then I want to look for the first number of the month of the archive, which is 10. Around the map, you need to find 3 other notes and note down the number of the item, then the archived month of that item, and then rearrange them from the earliest month to the latest month, which will rearrange that starting number next to each object into a 4-digit code. The rest of the notes can all be found around the executive suite and the director's office, and you'll want to interact with every single one until you've got all 4 notes and you've written them all down. Interact with this computer in the teleportation lab, put in the 4-digit code, and if done correctly, access will be granted. In the quantum computing core, you will now be able to melee this box with melee macchiato, revealing a brain. Pick up the brain and you have a limited amount of time to take it back to the room that you just opened, place it inside of this machine. Now we've done that, we can now work on getting the Gorgafex Wonder Weapon. In the mutant research lab, there are going to be 2 static TVs that can flash 1 or 2 words. What you need to note down is the first letter of each of your 1 or 2 words that flash on these static screens and put them together. In my case, I had a word that started with N and another that started with D, so together it's going to be ND or DN. From here, look at this periodic table of elements and find the matching element that matches with your letters, and next to it will be an atomic number. Since my word was ND, my atomic number is 60, which means I'm putting in a 3-digit code upstairs, which is going to be 060, which will open up the bioweapons lab. From here, there is going to be a cyst where we need to damage 3 vermin near in order to suck up the energy of the vermin, and then damage 3 zombies to suck up the energy, which will allow us to then pick up the cyst. Once you've picked up the cyst, make your way to quantum computing core, and you'll need to stand underneath 3 different flowers whilst your cyst takes the health of each of the flowers. Once you've done all 3 flowers, make your way to Dark Entity Containment and initiate the power surge via this computer here. And you'll have a very short amount of time to go around the map and activate 3 other computers to also initiate a power surge. After this, an Uber Klaus will spawn, and you want to damage the shoulder pads on the left and right side of its body. Once that's happened, you then want to lead it onto this electrical pad in front of the Forsaken, causing a new Forsaken HVT boss fight where once you've taken out both the Klaus and then the Klaus core, the Gorgafex Wonder Weapon will drop. From here, enter Pack-a-Punch and press this red button to initiate a lockdown where you need to shoot 4 quantum vermin using your Wonder Weapon. 3 of the vermin will be placed up high and another one will be chasing you on ground level. Once complete, an orb will have spawned on top of this object. You'll be able to pick it up and place it on your Gorgafex. And you'll need to shoot a charged shot at this portal in the teleportation lab in Tower 2. We now need to do one of the 2 Gorgafex upgrade weapon quests, which can either be with Blanchard or Panos. Once you've got an upgraded Gorgafex, we now need to pick up 2 Klaus legs, which can be found in Android Assembly. There are 4 different spawn points for these 2 legs, so just look around all of Android Assembly. With the 2 legs as well as the 2 arms that you got from the 2 Klaus special rounds, you'll be able to craft your own Klaus here in Android Assembly, and the final step will involve you getting a Uber Klaus to shoot an energy mine shot near Klaus, which will make him come alive. Protect Klaus while he types on the computer for 1 full round, then follow him all the way up to the Dark Entity room. You'll then need to complete a SAM trial. After completing that, he'll be inside the teleportation lab, and we now have one final step to do. With your Gorgafex Wonder Weapon, shoot a charge shot at this window in the quantum computing core to drop down a fungal head. Then want to place the fungal head inside of the water bucket that we had in spawn. Pick the head back up and then take down a bunch of zombies to collect their souls. Once you have enough souls, make your way back to the teleportation lab and interact with the portal to place the head. For the final step, you need to pick up vacuum sealed devices around the map from these Janus Tower boxes and throw them at purple objects until you've done this 4 total times. Once done, you can place the devices in the machine in front of the teleporter in Tower 2 teleportation lab, and you'll now need to activate 3 levers as they appear red around this map 3 times in order to activate the boss fight arena. Inside the boss fight, you have the choice of picking either to save Richtofen or save Sam. First floor is a soul box where you need to fill up 3 soul boxes in this area. Vault number 2 involves you shooting crystals on the ceiling until there are no crystals left, and then you'll finally be in the boss fight. Out of the two boss fights, SAM is a lot easier compared to Richtofen, and can only be damaged after she's initiated a laser attack or she's gone into the middle of the arena and is spinning around shooting energy mines. She's a bit of a bullet sponge, but if you take your time, you will have no trouble beating SAM. For the Uber Richtofen boss fight, there is two phases to this, where the first one, he will be inside an Uber suit. Once you've broken his armor, he will now become a flying Iron Man Richtofen, where you now need to take him out whilst avoiding a ton of his attacks. He is an extremely difficult boss, so best of luck.